Well, things are finally starting to heat up. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Phillies Side Show videocast, and today we're going to have our fourth weekly update of the offseason, as we're going to be talking about some Phillies news and some all-around baseball news. Now, guys, before getting into this video, please subscribe if you have not yet. Please show the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. Now, things are starting to heat up for the Phils. A little more interesting this week. They have found their new pitching coach, Cotham, the assistant pitching coach of the Cincinnati Reds, now headed to Philadelphia, a 33-year-old pitching coach, which is very, very interesting. This is what the game's becoming nowadays, ladies and gentlemen. You're starting to see it. Younger generation. It's not really how it was before. You don't really hire guys who are older now. You're starting to see it in managers now. I mean, you guys like Gabe Kapler, guys like Luis Rojas of the Mets. I mean, younger managers, younger coaches. It's just the game is evolving in a different way. You don't really hire a guy like Buck Showalter anymore. You're starting to gravitate more towards the analytical guys, the younger-minded people, and that's just the way the game is evolving. And I guess we're just gonna have to accept that. I mean, I'm torn about it. I mean, let's give this guy a shot. I mean, I'm not really sure how I feel about it. We'll get into that a little bit later. And we also got some news this week from the Chicago Cubs. Theo Epstein stepping down from his duties. The Phillies are going to give him a call. But we'll get into that a little bit later. So I forgot to talk about it last week. Kim Yang, who got the Marlins GM job. So congratulations. She is the first woman GM in Major League Baseball history. So congratulations. She seems like a really smart woman. And it's actually someone that the Phillies looked into, I believe it was 5 years ago. During the GM search, they ended up hiring Mccann, but they did interview, and if I can remember, they did interview Kim Yang as well. So she gets to the Miami Marlins GM position. So congratulations to Kim Yang. I think she's going to do a good job there. She seems like a very, very knowledgeable person. She worked with the Yankees, and Brian Cashman said that she's one of the smartest people that he's ever met. So the Marlins are definitely getting themselves a very, very smart person in their front office. So congratulations once again. So a little bit happened. I forgot to talk about that. Another thing I want to talk about is Robinson Cano of the New York Mets, suspended for the entire 2021 season after testing positive for a PED. So he is done. And the Mets, I laughed about it at first, but I found out, we all know it. Think about it. If he's suspended without pay. So the Mets actually cut to break here, and they don't have to pay him. And I think in this scenario, it actually works out, because I think the Mets honestly would rather have this, because they don't necessarily need Robinson Cano. I think this kind of works out for them. They don't have to pay him $25 million next year, so now this frees up their payroll even more. So this is not good news for the Phils. It's a little bit laughable. It really doesn't matter, though. It really does not matter. Robinson Cano, that is the second time that he has been suspended in his big league career. He gets suspended another time. He's banned for life. Coincidentally, a Mets pitcher, actually, I forget his name, was banned for life. He's the only player in Major League Baseball history, I believe, to be banned for life for steroid use. Very, very interesting. So Robinson Cano, he tested positive for a substance in May of 2018. Gets suspended, I believe, for the remainder of the season that year. And he does it again. My goodness gracious. He's getting older. Owed $25 million next year, and they will not have to pay that now, because he just was suspended without pay. So I tell you, I would not be happy if he was a Philly, that's for sure. What a disappointment. The guy's had a Hall of Fame career, but I think he's not going to be in the Hall of Fame. If you're going to take steroids 2 times, you're most likely not going to be in the Hall of Fame. You're just not. So a lot going on this week. As I said, a lot of weeks, past 3 weeks have been very, very quiet. And we're going to talk about Theo Epstein. Theo Epstein announced that he has stepped down off Chicago Cubs, and the Cubs are going to be letting him go. And the Phillies will reportedly give him a call, as they will possibly hope that he can man our front office. I hope that we at least give him a call. I'm not saying that we're going to hire him or anything like that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not jumped into that conclusion. But I think that we should at least, give him a call and, talk to him. I heard that he wants to take the year off, but we should at least look into him. I'd be okay with that. I think he's a very, very knowledgeable guy. You saw that he brought back a championship to the Boston Red Sox, brought back a championship to the Chicago Cubs after 108 years. So the guy is definitely a very, very smart man. So I've already talked about that a little bit, but I definitely would be okay if we at least gave him a call. And we're going to talk about Caleb Cotham, the new Phillies pitching coach, previously of the Cincinnati Reds. And We've been through a lot of pitching coaches over the past few years. Rick Kranitz in 2018, Chris Young in 2019, Brian Price in 2020, and now we're going to be having Caleb Cotham as our pitching coach in 2021. 33 years old, was the assistant pitching coach for the Cincinnati Reds the past 2 seasons. Worked with guys like Trevor Bauer. And Trevor Bauer and Red Star Sonny Gray have said nothing but great things about Caleb Cotham. So from what I hear, he's a very, very knowledgeable guy, and he didn't have a lot of success in the big leagues. Played for the Yankees and the Reds, was not very good. I believe he had some injury problems, but from what I hear, he's a very, very good pitching coach, but he's 33 years old. So I just turned 33 too, so I believe a few weeks ago. So, I don't really know how I feel about this. As I said, I think it's worth giving him a shot. I really, really like Brian Price. But from what I heard, the reason why he retired was because of the travel. The travel for him was just brutal. He just couldn't take it anymore, and he decided to just call it a day. And he retired from a full-on coaching job. He did not retire from coaching completely. He did not retire from baseball completely. Just a full-on coaching job. And the travel gets brutal after a while. Waking up every day, going to the ballpark, it's a grind. And if you're getting tired of it, it's not the job for you. Listen, he put his years in. He did a good job. I like Brian Price. I would have liked him if we could have kept him for next year, because I thought he did a good job with the starting rotation. And I'm not even going to talk about the bullpen. But I thought he did a really good job with the starting rotation. Caleb Cotham, as I said, 33 years old, and Joe Girardi, they have a connection. And Joe Girardi said about Caleb Cotham, he said, Caleb has many strengths as a pitching coach that we believe will help him and excel with our coaching staff. I'm very, very excited about this. Joe Girardi, a little bit connection with Joe Girardi. I like that. He's a manager. He's a great manager, and we don't want you here if you're not going to get along well with Joe Girardi. We know that they get along well. Once again, he has a connection with a free agent starter on the market, Trevor Bauer. I don't need to know all this stuff. They say, this free agent, it's all the drama, right? We always talk about the drama, right? We talk about down here. Well, this guy said that he likes, playing here. He likes this guy. This guy doesn't want to go. It's really irrelevant to me in some ways. I wouldn't say it's irrelevant completely, but it doesn't. It's now. I'm not. That's not going to increase my confidence in the Phillies signing Trevor Bauer. It's not. It's not going to. This isn't a game changer in the Trevor Bauer pursuit. It's not. It's not a game changer in the Trevor Bauer sweepstakes. This is not at all a game changer. This doesn't really mean that much in this Trevor Bauer sweepstakes, but I am, somewhat pleased with this hiring. It seems like a lot of people like him. He seems like a very, very knowledgeable person. As I said, 4th pitching coach in 4 seasons. So, my oh my. And as I said, we never should have got rid of Rick Kranitz. He's done a good job with the Braves. Chris Young was inexperienced. Brian Price was good. He just couldn't take the travel anymore. Caleb Cotham, I think, is going to be with us for a little while. So, welcome to Philadelphia. We're very, very glad to have you. And I want to say one more thing about him. A report, I read an article yesterday, and it said that Caleb Cotham vows to bend cutting-edge methods with transitional instruction. I like that. So he's a younger guy, but he's not going to forget about the traditional values of the game, right? He's as much as he is new school. You can't say he's not new school. The guy's 33 years old. For goodness sake. But he's going to bring some of that old school baseball mentality, which some of the fans like. So, if any old school baseball fans watching this video, I'm a combination of both, I'd say. I'm sure you're going to be happy to hear that, because he's going to keep some old school traditional, values in there as well. So, as I said, I'm happy with this hiring. I think he's going to do a good job here. Once again, at 33 years old, the age is definitely a little bit surprising to me. Not really, though. It's not really. Look, as I said, you look around Major League Baseball right now. You look at the New York Mets, Luis Rojas. You look at San Francisco Giants, Gabe Kapler. You look all around the league. There's a lot of young managers. As I said, guys like Buck Showalter, Mike Scioscia, they're not really getting many opportunities anymore, because people have kind of just shied away from the old school mentality. That's just the way it is now. And previously, him getting a job at the Houston Astros, which probably wouldn't have got that job. He wouldn't be there right now if they wouldn't have gotten called. Dusty Baker, another guy thrown there as well. So, people are shying away from that, are hiring younger people. And I read an article the other day, I forgot to talk about this, it was early this week, that Caleb Cotham was the front runner for this position, so I really wasn't that surprised when we hired him. I was kind of expecting us to hire him, and it's about time. Now the general manager's next, and we're going to talk about this. John Middleton. We haven't heard much out of him, have we? The Phillies managing partner. Have not heard much out of him. He's been pretty quiet about all this. And Ned Rice is still the interim general manager, which I just can't stand. I mean, as I said, I don't think he's a bad guy, but we need to get someone in there permanently, especially we're in a crucial situation right now where we are trying to pursue the BCIB JT Realmuto, and we also have not heard much about him either. I keep hearing the Mets, and I'm every week I'll give you a weekly update about my predictions, and my prediction is the same as last week. It's still with the Mets, so I still think he ends up with the New York Mets on like a 5 or 6 year deal. And I do think he probably will end up being a first baseman towards the end of his career. You saw he got some opportunities at first base this year. Alonso's there, so we'll see what happens there. But it's not a guarantee he's going to the Mets. I think it's Mets, Phillies. I think that as well. And the Phillies have also expressed interest in free agent catcher Yadier Molina, future Hall of Famer. He's looking for a 2-year deal. I'll be okay with this if we do lose JT. I'd be all right with it. They have also reportedly expressed interest in free agent catcher Kurt Suzuki. Last played with the Washington Nationals on that 2-year deal. Won a World Series there in 2019. Was with the Twins for a while. Was a Brave for a little while as well. He's had a good career. He's getting older, but on a 2-year deal, 1 or 2 year deal, I wouldn't mind that at all. James McCann, another guy I'd throw in there. I have not really heard the Phillies, were interested in him. They most likely are, but I just read an article this morning about Kurt Suzuki. Saw yesterday they were interested in Yadier Molina as well. So the Yankees are also in there as well, and the Yankees are listening for trade offers for Gary Sanchez. So I do not think the Phillies should try to do this. If you get him on a cheap, if you don't have to give up much for him, I'd be okay with that. I don't think the Yankees are willing to give up on him just yet. I don't know what happened to him. Can we talk about that for a second? Gary Sanchez really fell off. I'm friends with a lot of Yankee fans. Baseball guy Sean, Pope of Sports Entertainment. And every question I asked him about Gary Sanchez is I'm like, how in the world did this guy fall off so much? And it's just like, what happened? Is he playing hurt? It's really just bizarre because look at what he was, right? They look at the film. I'm telling you, they really do look at the film and figure you out. They really do. So, that's pretty much it. Not much really happened other than that. It was a pretty exciting week, though. We found our new pitching coach. General manager is next. Stack the bullpen, retool that bullpen. And if we can't bring back JT, I was talking to baseball guy Sean, and if we can't get a good bullpen, we're going to have to go into a little rebuild phase again. I just don't think we're going to be a competitive team next year. If we lose JT and stack the bullpen and we sign a Kurt Suzuki 2-year deal, Yadier Molina 2-year deal, bring in James McCann, on a 2 or 3 year deal, and we stack the bullpen, I'll be like, no need. I think we're going to be competitive this year. But if we miss out on JT and don't really do much with the bullpen, I think we're going to see the same exact problems that we've been seeing the past multiple years. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. So that is pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you have not yet. Please turn the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Check out the social media link is skips in the section at Phillies Hot Stove Instagram, our for Instagram. Guys, call or text 267-225-3392. Email me, phillieshotstove@gmail.com. Thanksgiving is on Thursday, so if I do not see you before then, have a happy Thanksgiving. Let's all be thankful for our blessings, especially like a year like this. It's just been crazy. So count your blessings, guys, because not every day is guaranteed. And I hope to make a video Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Giving my free agent predictions, my top 10 free agent predictions. Excited to make that video. So guys, once again, thank you so much for watching. I am Luke, and I'll talk to you all later. I'll see you.